Alrighty, we're coming at you not quite live, but we're here with the Army of Youth where you got options, and this time what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show y'all the process of proofreading a microblog so that we can like get some content out there, provide some value for people, you know, uh, help shift some ideas from limiting beliefs to liberation, the liberation station,
The Liberation Station.
and and well, anyway, let's get into it. So, first thing you would do is you go to Notion and open up the microblog database. So you can like open up Notion, search that, and here we are. And then we're gonna be on the table by book related view. Specifically at this season, we're what we're working towards is creating microblogs that we would then put like use as content for a book that we're publishing on God's plan for financial transformation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we're doing the book related.
Okay.
But at some point we're going to be finished writing the book and we'll move on to other things.
Mm-hmm.
But that's for this case. So yeah, we're table by book related, and then we're going to pick one of these, and I'm probably going to go with this one. I think we can like distinguish, well, not this one. Whatever I said this one to, scratch that. I guess I can make the distinction between editing and proofreading here. So like editing would be taking this, because part of the process is we're taking these words, we're taking the words that we're using from transcripts.
Okay.
Can I
And
interject
then-
something?
Yes,
So you see that part that I just bolded?
that part you just
That
quoted.
would be a very good microblog right
That
there.
would be a microblog. All right, thank you. So what the editors do is they're like going through the transcripts and breaking things up and finding things that would work for microblogs.
Mm-hmm. So these are straight from transcripts.
Yeah, so it's like
transcribed.
this stuff is like straight from the transcript, if I'm not mistaken. Now, what we're doing in proofreading, however, is taking what the editors have like organized and separated,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much just going over it and like making corrections that if they need to be made, or
Pretty much
or-
polishing it.
yeah, just
making
polishing it up, and also making sure that the voice that we're making sure that our voice is in there, so it's not like, it doesn't sound robotic, or it doesn't sound like something that is like different
Yeah.
from like
authentic.
the culture or personality
Mm-hmm.
of the Army of Youth.
Okay.
So which one shall we use, or shall we go through this time? Nope.
I think the one that I just put on there would be a good one.
That bold one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright, so what's this one about? I'm not afraid to learning from people who have different values. So yeah, this is coming from a transcript. Like there's some grammatical errors,
Right. Okay.
but we can fix those. I'm not afraid to learning from people who have different ideas of life, but what I realize is sometimes we get this idea we can only listen to people who say believe like me, who think like me, and talk like me, and act like me. That probably doesn't have to be there, or that. Oh, and if they're different in any way, then I don't want anything to do for them. probably with them.
They're probably with them.
And I think that this is like borderlines. It can borderline bigotry or some dangers where I think that there's some great danger if we're unable to. Can't wait to consider what other people are saying from different views and opinions in a humble, considerate way. I actually love listening to people who think differently. So this is like something about, oh yeah, learning from people with different values. Thank you for the title. I actually love listening to people. So what may be a good first step is what I'm doing is just like going through reading it. I actually love listening to people who think differently and talk differently and hear differently. Part of the reason is that if I only talk to people who are like me, then it's going to be harder for me to grow or to change. If it doesn't challenge you, so that would be something to change. It won't change you. I don't believe that I'm the only person on the planet who has the light and truth and the right thing. I believe that there are some very powerful perspectives that other people have. There's only two things that can happen. One, I can realize that there's something I don't know, and I can learn. I can genuinely go from error to truth, or I could hear what someone's saying, go through the scripture, and realize, like, no, that's not really true. Like, I disagree with that. Or I could help lead them to come to see the way that I see things. So I find that having these are some things that have been helpful in understanding where to, who to listen to, or counselor, coaches, or think of things that of that nature. Alright, so we went through that. We kind of have a general idea of what this microblog is going to be about. And so what I'm going to do is break things up. This is probably this might be for the editor to do, like, maybe we need some clarity at some point where the
differences between the editor and the proofreader.
Yeah, where the line is drawn and what exactly is expected from both parties. But what I can do this time is break things up.
Break it down.
And yeah, break it up, because like people don't want to read like a big lot of text like this.
It's too much for them to read.
That can be intimidating.
Okay. Intimidation.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, I'm gonna skip this paragraph.
Yeah, I'm not reading that.
Yeah.
Like, especially like on Instagram, people are looking for like something quick.
Right.
But yeah, they don't want to read a whole big old thing like that. So, I'm not afraid. That could be broken. Kind of like just looking for the little micro ideas or concepts or whatever. So I realize sometimes you get this idea, if they're different in any way, I don't want anything to do with them. That can probably be broken right there. So I'm not afraid from learning, not afraid of. We can probably change that right now. So like this one right here is, I'm not afraid of learning from people. This is like, alright, but I realize that we get this idea, we can only listen to people who are, they're like us.
Yeah.
If they're different in any way, that could be a separate line. Like sometimes you could just separate the sentences. If they're different in any way, I don't want anything to do with them. And then here's like, alright, what I think about this. Borderlines, you can borderline bigotry. And then here's his perspective right here. Can't wait to consider what other people are saying from different views and opinions. I actually love listening to people. And then here's like an explanation. Part of the reason is that if I only talk to people who are like me, then it's going to be harder for me to grow or change. If it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. And this part right here is kind of along the same lines as that, but I guess for the sake of breaking it up.
For the sake of breaking it up.
Yeah.
Separate them.
I believe that there are some very powerful perspectives that other people have. Those could probably go go together. And then you go into, alright, no, there's only two things that can happen. And then maybe for this one, maybe I could not like not like completely break it up, but like have those like not where there's a space in between them.
Not when there's a space between them?
Like right here?
Yeah.
Right here there's a space in between them, but here it's like, so there's only two things that could happen. One, this, or that.
Okay.
So it's like one idea. This can probably go with that too. So that's like one idea. Especially
when you have statements like those. There's only two things.
Yeah, like there's only two things, or like these are three things, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if it's numbered, this might be a format we could go for, or like you could go with like a list, like
a list. Okay.
Like you could go one, and then two. And you could do like dashes.
Okay, just get creative with it.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Lists like that. And then this says, or I could help them to come to see. Like if we consider that, like we could even change this to like there's only three things that can happen. Wait. Well, this might be part of. If we take out the or, I could help them to come to see the way that I see things. So that's all probably. We could say that that's part of one of those two things.
Still those two things.
Yeah. And then so I find that these are some things that have been helpful in understanding where to, who to listen to, or counsel the coaches, or think things of that nature. This one's really like doesn't quite make sense. So
yeah, I'm looking at that. It doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, we might end up deleting that one or changing it so that it does make sense. But now things are broken up. So we could go back to the top and start like making like changes so that it makes sense and so that it flows. So I'm not afraid of learning from people who have different values. I'm not afraid to learning from people who have different ideas of life. So like we could just consolidate that into one sentence and say, I'm not afraid of learning from people who have different values and different ideas of life.
So you would say like the simpler the sentence, the better people, the better quality that people be just reading it. You say simplicity is better.
Yes.
Okay. Absolutely.
The simpler, the better. Of course, we want to respect people's intelligence.
Absolutely.
The simpler, the better. Because the more redundant things are, or the sentence is like really wordy.
Yeah. It's like unnecessary.
Yeah, that could be detrimental. So that's all right. And then, but what I realize is sometimes we get this idea that we could only listen to people who. Now, I probably won't get into that. But what I realize is sometimes we get this idea that we can only listen to people who believe like me. We could change that to us, because he says we up here. So that's kind of that's how do I say this? I said I probably wouldn't get into this or something like that a little bit earlier, but like sometimes there's inconsistencies with who's being addressed. Like it'll be like we over here, and then like it says me over
Yeah.
here.
And that could just be like how the transcriber like software kind of picked up the words.
I suppose it could be, but sometimes that's just how Enix speaks, and it works it can work in speaking, but not so much in writing.
Gotcha.
So changing these me's to us because he started with we. So we can only listen to people who believe like us, who think like us. We can probably just take out the who there. Who believe like us, think like us, comma. Take out the and, talk like me, comma, and act like me. Oh wait, changing those to us. And if they're different in any way, then keeping that consistency, we don't want anything to do with them. Actually, that could go together, that could be broken. You probably can't break things up too much,
Mm-hmm.
unless you get like really extreme with it, like every word.
Yeah, that's pretty extreme.
Yeah. But anyway, let's move on. I think that this is like borderlines. It can borderline bigotry or some dangers, whatever that means. Or I think that there is some great danger if we're unable to. I think that is like borderlines. It can borderline. I think that this, and you can add words too.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this kind of thinking can borderline bigotry or some dangers. We could probably take that out. Or I think that there's some danger if we're unable to. Unable to what? I think that this kind of thinking, you could probably say I believe, so it's not so repetitive. I believe that this kind of thinking can borderline bigotry.
Can be borderline bigotry, or
Oh yeah, it can be, or is. It can borderline. It can.
No, this kind of thinking is borderline.
Wait.
I believe
This kind of thinking is borderline bigotry, can be borderline bigotry, can borderline bigotry. It may work either, like in any of those cases. Or I believe that this kind of thing is borderline bigotry. I think there's some great danger. And that can put us into great danger. And can put us into great danger. Something like that. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, you know, like you notice and spot like errors like that when you're proofreading or
Mhm.
editing. So you think like what do you think the best thing to do or to look out for when come across those things?
Like things that don't make sense?
Yeah.
There are ways to make things make sense. Like you can add words, you can take them away. But like if you can't if you can't figure it out, if it's too difficult, then maybe the best thing to do in that situation, instead of like wasting time being stuck, just get rid of it.
Just take it out.
Yeah, skip it.
Eliminate.
Eliminate. Yeah. That's a part of the focus funnel: eliminate, automate, delegate.
All right.
But we're well, anyway. Yeah, we could just eliminate it. We might, like down here, we're probably gonna run into that again.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what we do with this part. Now, all right. Can't wait to consider what other people are saying from different views and opinions in a humble, considerate way. And put an either. I can't wait to consider what other people are saying from different views and opinions in a humble, considerate way. And that actually could be broke. Like you can break it. You can just break up sentences.
Mm-hmm.
I actually love listening to people who think differently and talk differently and hear differently. So that works for speaking, but if we want to like make this simpler, if we want to make it shorter, then we could just say who think,
Simplicity is the key.
talk, and hear differently.
Okay.
And there you go. Says the same thing, just shorter.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the reason is that if I only talk to people who are like me, then it's going to be harder for me, and there's like 3 2s there, to grow or to change. And then if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. So let me change that to what doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. Since, oh wait, I guess let's so right here it says it's if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. Wait. Alright, back to here. Part of the reason is that if I only talk to people who are like me, then it's going to be harder for me to grow or change. Now that's like a complete sentence right there.
Mm-hmm.
So that comma, I can change that to a period. Because this is like something, this is like a separate idea. I mean, as far as like, it's like a separate sentence right there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that. So if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. Now, part of the reason is that if I only talk to people who are like me, then it's going to be harder for me to grow to change. If it doesn't challenge you, to me it doesn't make as much sense as saying what doesn't challenge you. And take that out. What doesn't challenge you won't change you. Because what is it?
That's true. What doesn't challenge you won't change you.
And that could be, yeah, if it's like a what do you call it, like a quotable,
Mhm.
like a sentence like that,
Mhm.
that could be broken up and be its own line.
Okay. So as long as it's like the same idea, you can kind of like reword it. As long as you don't, when you reword it or take out words or input words,
Mm-hmm.
you don't change the original idea
Yeah.
of what it was.
Yeah. Yes, sir. All right, moving on. I don't believe that I'm the only person on the planet who has the light and truth and the right thing. We could probably just take out the right thing, or the right ideas. That could be a possibility. But who has light?
This light,
Who has this light?
we're talking about the following statement. Like, I don't believe I'm the only person on the planet with this light. I don't believe I'm the only person on the planet who has light and truth and the right ideas. I believe that there are some very powerful perspectives that other people have.
I probably wouldn't say this light. Well, anyway, I don't believe I'm the only person on the planet who has light and truth and the right ideas. Oh, yeah, we can keep that as is. I believe that there are some very powerful perspectives that other people have. That's fine. There's only two things that can happen. Now, when is there only two things that can happen? So when we listen to, because this is talking about listening to people who talk, think, and hear differently, learning from people who have different ideas, values. So when we listen to people who see life differently, that could be one way to put it, comma, there's only two things that could happen. And then we could even put a colon right there. Like these are two things.
So right now it seems like this is pretty much English class. Well,
Yeah, I mean,
we do. This is English,
yeah,
but yeah, this is okay.
yeah. We want to make sure things make sense, and that it's like it flows well when you read it. At least that's what I want to do. So we could put a 1 there. We could put a number 1. That's probably what I'm gonna do. 2. A 1 and a 2. And what do you think? Does it look better like that or like that?
I think it looked better space.
Space? Alright. So when we listen to people who see life differently, there's only two things that could happen. 1, I could realize that there's something I didn't know, and I can learn. I can genuinely go from error to truth.
What about like? Oh yeah, 1. You're right.
1.
You see, so I see sometimes on different microblogs, like you put a colon right there. Some people may put like ... Like
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continuation.
I think it could work either way.
Either way, yeah.
Yeah. There's only two things that. Oh, we can probably change that to can. Two things that can happen. Could is like past tense, or it could even be future tense. That's interesting. Anyway, I could realize that there's something I didn't know. I can learn and genuinely go from error to truth. 2, I could hear what someone's saying, go through the scriptures, and realize like, no, that's not really true. That can work with speaking, but we can make that like cleaner.
Yeah.
So I could hear what someone's saying, go through the scriptures, and realize that what they're saying, or wait, what someone's saying, so that it's not really true. So I could hear what someone's saying, go through the scriptures, and realize it's not really true. I can disagree with that. Realize that it's not really true. And disagree with it. That's a possibility. So there's like different ways to word the same ideas.
Yeah.
I could help them come to see.
It really shows like this authenticity of like the editor, like his personality. You could see it through his his writings. Like for example, you said it doesn't matter how you put it, as long as you have the idea. As long as it's like grammatically correct, like it doesn't matter, because like each person will probably word things differently, have their own style to it, unique style to it. That's one of the things that's so fascinating about writing.
language.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's different ways to say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, I could help lead them to come to see the way that I see things. Maybe a better way to say that is to see things the way that I see them. Or the way that I do. I could help them, I could help lead them to come. I could help lead them to see things the way that I do.
Love it. You gotta love the art of it.
Yeah, there's a science and there's an art.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're here, this last sentence. So I find that having these, whatever these are some things that have been helpful in understanding where to, who to listen to. Let's where, who to listen to, or counselor, coaches, or think things of that nature. Or things of that nature. I find that, you know what, one way we could do this is, I find that having this perspective, this mindset,
Okay.
having this perspective has been helpful in understanding where, who to listen to, a counselor, coaches, or things of that nature. Understanding, I find that having this perspective, this mindset has been helpful in understanding. How does this start off? I'm not afraid of learning from people who have different views and different ideas of life, or different values. I find that having this perspective has been helpful in understanding who to listen to. We can probably take the where out.
Mm-hmm.
Understanding who to listen to, or who to listen to, or take counsel from counselor, coaches, who to be coached by, who to take counsel from, things of that nature. But having this perspective has been helpful in understanding who to listen to, or understanding what is the,
Which day are you responsible?
like, what is the result of listening? Well, what benefit does this change in mentality actually give people?
The benefit, the result.
The benefit, the result. Like, why is this being shared?
You wanna go back up top? Just reread it.
Yeah, we could do that. I'm not afraid of learning from people who have different values and different ideas of life, but what I realize is sometimes we get this idea that we can only listen to people who believe like us, think like us, talk like us, and act like us. And if they're different in any way, then we don't want anything to do with them. I believe that this kind of thinking can borderline bigotry. It can put us in a great danger.
Can borderline bigotry?
Can borderline bigotry.
You think that's clear?
Let's look something up here. Look,
Oh, I see. I believe that this kind of can borderline bigotry.
it can borderline it.
It could borderline it.
Borderline definition. A line making a border. barely acceptable in quality, as belonging to a category, or as belonging to a category on the borderline. So like, references may be requested in borderline cases.
Borderline.
So it's a noun and an adjective.
It's like borderline. It's like
So it's like, is bigotry like a noun?
bigotry is like, that's a good question. Noun, place, or thing.
Or
I'm
idea?
thinking it could be an adjective
An adjective.
describing a person, or it could be an idea. I'm not sure.
Bigotry
Could be
is
a
a
noun.
noun.
Okay.
It's a noun.
Or it's a belief.
Obstinate or unreasonable attachment to a belief, opinion, or faction. In particular, prejudice against a person or people on the basis of their membership of a particular group. Wow.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought about bigot. I know that's
That's
a
a
person.
noun, yeah.
Yeah, that's a noun. But then you have bigotry,
And that's
which is the idea or the opinion,
Don't mind me.
which is a thing.
yeah.
So it still is a noun.
So it can borderline it can maybe we can put a B there. It can be borderline
I think
bigotry.
it can work either way, depending on who reads it or who writes it.
Maybe. We can put the B there.
That was interesting to look at.
Alright. I believe that this kind of thinking can be borderline bigotry and can put us in great danger. I can't wait to consider. Maybe we could say, like, personally, I can't wait. Personally, I can't wait to consider what other people are saying.
Has some flavor.
Different views and opinions in a humble, considerate way. What people are saying from different views and opinions in a humble, considerate way. I actually love listening to people who think, talk, and hear differently. Part of the reason is that if I only talk to people who are like me, then it's going to be harder for me to grow or to change. What doesn't challenge you won't change you. I don't believe that I'm the only person on the planet who has light and truth and the right ideas. I believe that there's some very powerful perspectives that other people have. When we listen to people who see life differently, there's only two things that can happen. One, there's the we, I, or like, there's we and I there. So,
You can realize that there's something that.
or I can just change this we to I. When I listen to people who see life differently, there's only two things that can happen. I could realize that there's something I don't know. I can learn and genuinely go I can learn and genuinely go from error to truth. I can hear what someone's saying. Two, I can hear what someone's saying. Go through the scriptures, and realize that it's not really true, and disagree with it. Disagree with.
That seems like almost three things.
With them. I could hear what someone's saying, go through the scriptures and realize it's not really true, and disagree with them. I help lead them to see things the way that I do. I find that having this perspective has been helpful in understanding. Does this really help people understand who to listen to? Or does it open doors for them to listen to more people?
Yeah, I think that what you just said, I find that having this perspective has been helpful in understanding who to listen to or take counsel from. Yeah.
Having this approach has been helpful in deciding who to listen to, deciding whether or not to listen to people, or
I mean, I guess it depends because I guess whoever they had previously listened to may have told them, hey, don't listen to people that don't have the same views or perspectives as you.
The people they previously listened to
Yeah.
told them to not listen to people who have different ideas.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I guess that's only
that can happen.
how I see that sentence to match.
As far as understanding who to listen to,
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that would be the only way I see it. That's how I'm connecting it. But man, the benefit is like I see like, hey,
let's write this down.
don't be afraid to listen to other people who don't have your perspectives, because the only outcome is positive.
Don't be afraid to be challenged.
Challenged.
Don't be afraid to be challenged or have your ideas challenged,
Yeah.
because only good can come from that. If what you like, because yeah, if what you believe is true, then you know, there's this saying like truth doesn't mind being questioned or something like that. But like something,
Truth doesn't mind being questioned.
there's another part to it.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
I like that.
So what does this do? This opens doors to listen to. It opens doors to listen to different perspectives, different ideas, different notions.
Different notions.
Notion.
It's like he brought up bigotry. That was a strong word.
Yeah, but it's true though.
Yeah.
It's like, man, if you're not going to you're not of the same faith,
Yeah.
or you're not going to the kind of church I'm going to, or like you don't listen to the people I listen to.
Yeah. And what you say really doesn't matter. But then when you have that type of mindset, like you close a door for influencing someone else or challenging someone else, and you close the door to being enlightened with a deeper perspective, or it could be the same perspective, but just a different angle or a different side of it. Or you could just come to the realization that, hey, what I thought was surely not true.
Having this approach has been helpful in understanding who to listen to or take counsel from, or understanding, deciding, opening doors has been helpful in opening doors for me to listen to be coached by not couched by, clutched by, and counseled. Opens doors for me to receive counsel, receive coaching, listen to.
Yeah, like what is the outcome? It's really endless. It's open doors for me to be able to learn and share with other people who I once never thought. I find that having this approach has opened doors for me too. What doors are open when you come from, when you like convert from this mindset or that mindset to this mindset? What doors open?
Doors of learning.
Oh, the doors of learning.
There's doors of, could be, it could be doors of opportunity, like to witness to people.
Doors of opportunity, doors of witnessing, doors of sharing. Doors of connecting.
It expands the mind.
It expands the mind
And the worldview.
What mic are you listening to?
This is an old
Because
one. This is like
I guess I could even
maybe
like
Oh, this is challenging.
bring
what are you listening
maturity
Wait,
or like a,
do you know which one is
because when you listen to people
name the stuff because I'm like
who have different ideas and different views, a different mind, then like you come to understand, I guess, more of the world.
Mm-hmm.
You come to understand how people think and come to
Yeah.
different conclusions, why people do what they do,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess
You
You-
broaden your horizon, your outlook
broaden your horizon.
on life and people,
It opens up new possibilities,
new possibilities, yeah,
creativity.
creativity. Man, this is an awesome post, by the way. I like this the theme
Yeah,
of
because
this post.
this kind of like the way of thinking, like, all right, if you don't think like me, I'm not gonna listen to you.
Yeah,
That's so limiting,
yeah,
because then you only get your information from a few select sources.
that's true.
And it's like, and then you trust them almost like a blind trust.
yeah,
Like they can just feed you with. They could just feed you with anything. I mean,
I like what you
there's
said
probably-
earlier though about the question about truth. You said truth is because it's talking about challenge. Like if truth is not challenged, then you're saying something about the question.
let's look it up. Truth doesn't mind being questioned. Quote. There we go.
Yeah.
The truth does not mind being questioned, but a lie does not like being challenged.
That's the. I gotta bring that in the arsenal.
Huh.
Like that quote to me was like the summary
put it
of
there.
what was expressed through that microblog.
Yeah.
So you miss out on opportunities, you miss out on friendships, you miss out on knowledge that could transform your life forever.
Yeah. How about this? I find that having this approach allows me to or opens doors of opportunity, friendship, and knowledge that can transform my life forever. You take that. What's going on? What?
You could say it in a state like I have found that this approach has opened up doors of opportunities, of friendships, of knowledge that has transformed my life forever.
Opportunity, friendships, opportunities, or doors of opportunity, doors of friendship, doors of knowledge that have transformed my life forever. And then truth does not mind being questioned, but lie does not like being challenged. Whoa.
Whoa.
Wahoo. Alright, we can put like a divider there. Alright. Now, what do you think this should this be in there? This quote?
That's a good question.
It's a good quote.
It's a good quote. Maybe it should be under.
That could be.
the
Well, we're
headline.
probably not going to do a graphic design for this post, but it could be like the image for the post, like in the image for the post.
Yeah, or maybe the headline too, or something like that. What is the headline?
Oh, the headline, or like the hook is, I guess this is the hook, but I mean, we could use it as the hook. So truth is not mind being questioned, but a lie does not like being challenged. And then I'm not afraid of learning people who have different values and different ideas of life.
Yeah.
And we can put some quotes there. There, we got a hook, we got a story. Now, what's the offer? So that's, yeah, that's we won't, like in every piece of content we do, we want to have a hook, we want to have a story, we want to have an offer. So what is
The decision.
what is the decision we want them to make, or what's the action that we want them to take? And with microblogs, like it could be different things. We could send them. It depends on where we post it. If we post it in someone else's group, then it's probably better to go for something like engagement, like hey, drop a like or leave a comment, ask a question for people to respond to.
If you read this post,
Man,
what would you want? What would it make you want to do?
what would it make me want to do?
Yeah, what would you want the comment to be?
Oh man. Oh man. Hold on. Look. Hooks. The hooks. Possible hooks. Possible hooks. Almost at an hour here, but that's fine, I guess. Possible hooks. What are some possible hooks we could do? What would I want to do if I was reading this post? And it's like, well, yeah, man. What would I do?
Yeah, like
What would I want to do?
reading this post.
I mean,
right
I
now.
would like it. Oh, save this post. No, that works for Instagram.
Share it.
Maybe not. Oh, share it. There you
Share
go. Hey, if this post
Has
this-
challenged you.
if this has challenged you, oh man. Oh man. If you agree with this post, if this post has challenged you,
If this
If
post
this-
has transformed
if this
your
has
life,
changed the course of your life, share it.
share it with
Share it,
someone
bro.
else. Don't be stingy. Share it. That's what the share button is for.
You
Be
want
graceful and
you wanna-
share.
sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
Oh no, not hooks. These are offers. What am I saying? Possible offers.
And you can ask them,
Hey,
what
what
are your current thoughts going on right now?
what are your thoughts?
Drop them in the comment section below.
Drop them in the comments below. What are your thoughts? And then we can put like a thought bubble.
A thought bubble.
Or maybe after that. Yeah, we can go with that one. Let's go with that one. What are your thoughts? Drop them in the comments
You
below.
want to go with that one?
Yeah, let's go with that one. Drop them below, dude.
That's the action we want them to take. We want them to express their thoughts in the comments.
Well, what would be the most beneficial for them?
Yeah, what would be the most beneficial for them to do?
Like, should they? What way? Oh, you got a thing in your ear, but not in
You
your
got
other
one side, but
ear.
I'm not paying attention.
All right, that's
Oh,
okay.
you're not? Okay.
What? What's the question?
It would be good for them to like. I guess it would be good for them to like process and like, express, hey, like, what does this mean to them,
Yeah.
or what they think about it.
Then you get to see all their thoughts and ideas.
And then you just open things up for like the very thing we're talking about to happen, where people are sharing their different thoughts,
Yeah.
ideas, perspectives.
Yeah. Engagement.
Yeah, let's go with that one.
What are your thoughts?
Maybe we could be more specific.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about learning from people who have different ideas?
And do we really want
Then you-
for them to answer that question?
Do we want them to answer that question?
Depend on the audience. Hopefully, when they read this, it'll transform. If they have the borderline bigotry mindset, hopefully it converts them. The content creates a new person, a new thought. And they'll be like, oh, this is...
That's what content does.
That's what content does, huh?
Yep. It's a war on the mind. How we doing? Oh, we got battery.
No, human beings like feelings. You know, how do you feel?
How do you feel about learning? How do you feel about this? How do you feel about this? How is this supposed to make you feel? Do you feel challenged?
Yeah, how does this post make you feel? People like expressing themselves or feelings.
Yeah. What stood out to you?
Yeah. What was the takeaway?
What's a takeaway? How do you see you can learn? Do you agree?
Do you agree?
Why?
Why?
I mean-
And why not?
Yeah, why not? There's no such thing as bad publicity.
No?
Nah, any engagement is engagement.
It's engagement.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I like that one. Do you agree?
You agree?
Why?
Share your thoughts.
Share my thoughts. Why? Why not?
Do you agree? Do you agree?
Is this agreeable?
Why or why not? Drop them thought bubbles in the comments. Share your thoughts in the comments below.
Express yourself.
Express yourself. Do you agree? Why or why not? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Alright, we can leave it at that.
Alright.
So this is a microblog here. We got a hook, we got a story, we got an offer. Oh, we got an offer. And so there we go. That's about it for this systems video. Are there any parting last questions? Speak now or forever hold your peace for this video.
No, I don't have any questions, but
Comments?
comments. I think that this was. I see the benefit. I see the art and the science of proofreading and editing. It had a effect upon me as we were editing it. So
Oh,
that's nice.
all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, praise the Lord, brother.
Praise the Lord.
So that's it. Hopefully, whoever's watching this, you found it helpful. And yeah, thanks for using your talents for the Lord's service.